From which country was the Indian Constitution borrowed the idea of fundamental right? And the answer is USA, that is the United States of America. India borrowed the concept of fundamental right from the American Constitution, especially the Bill of Rights in 1791. From which country was the Indian Constitution borrowed the idea of directive principle of state policy? And the answer is Ireland. India adopted directive principle from the Irish Constitution to establish a welfare state and guide the government in policy making. From which country was the Indian Constitution borrowed the idea of federal system? And the answer is Canada. India adopted a federal structure with a strong center similar to that of a Canadian model. From which country was the Indian Constitution borrowed the idea of concurrent list? And the answer is Australia. The concurrent lists allow both center and state to make laws on certain subjects. From which country was the Indian Constitution borrowed the idea of fundamental duties? And the answer is USSR, that is Russia. Fundamental duties were inspired by the Soviet Constitution to promote discipline and responsibility among their citizens. From which country was the Indian Constitution borrowed the idea of emergency provision? That is Germany, or Weimar Constitution. Emergency provision enabled the center to assume greater power during a national crisis. From which country was the Indian Constitution borrowed the idea of single citizenship? And the answer is United Kingdom, or we call it UK. Single citizenship ensures uniform right for all citizens across state. From which country was the Indian Constitution borrowed the idea of bicameral legislature? And the answer is United Kingdom, or UK. India, two-house parliament, that is the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, is inspired by the British Parliament. What is the preamble of the Indian Constitution? An introductory statement of the Constitution. The preamble explains the objective of our Constitution, that is justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. When was the preamble added to our Constitution? That is on 26 January 1950. The preamble was adopted along with the Constitution itself. Which amendment added the words socialist, secular, and integrity to the preamble? That is the 42nd Constitutional Amendment, 1976. These words define India, political and social philosophy. Can the preamble be amended? Yes. The Supreme Court held in the Kesavananda Bharati case, that is 1973, that the preamble is amendable but part of the basic structure. What does secular mean in the Indian Constitution? That is equal respect for all religion. The state has no official religion. What does republic mean? Head of the state is elected. The President of India is elected, not a hereditary ruler. Under which part of the Constitution are fundamental rights mentioned? That is Part 3 of Indian Constitution, from Article 12 to 35, deals with fundamental rights. Which article guarantees equality before the law? That is Article 14. It ensures equal treatment of all citizens. Which article abolishes untouchability? Article 17. Practice of untouchability is a punishable offense. Which article guarantees freedom of religion? That is Article 25 to 28. Citizens can freely profess, practice, and propagate religion. Which fundamental right cannot be suspended during emergency? That is Article 20 and 21. Protection is respect of conviction, and right to life are always protected. Who presides over the Rajya Sabha? That is the Vice President of India. She is the ex-officio chairman. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.